Welcome everyone. Today we'll have a new patch summary for patch 1.2. Now looking behind me, I have updated all the related information of the new event, new features, and everything related to patch 1.2. And going through the summary, there is actually a very generous amount of Polychromes to be earned in this patch. Close to 19,000 in Polychromes in value, and close to 94 summons. And of course, in this video, we'll go through step by step of how those can be earned and what are the events, what are the methods, and what are the weekly and also monthly resets for those free-to-play incomes. Now, coming over to Excel, you might have noticed there are previous tabs which are break the incomes down to every banner. But for this particular patch, I want to do a summary for the entire patch. There's a lot of players who want to know everything for the entire patch instead of just for one banner, which is 21 days. The entire patch will last us 42 days for 2 banners. But of course, at the end of the video, should you want to know how much you can get on the second half of the banner, I'll talk to you guys about this one briefly and how many pulls you can get coming from the monthly reset. So going through the standard banner income for patch 1.2. Now firstly, there is likely going to be a new senior defense with an ambush mode. So if you had a look at the live stream, you can see that this was teased that senior defense ambush mode will be available in patch 1.2. And if this is the same as the defensive mode, we can expect around 1,600 polychromes coming from this mode. Now of course this can be a little lower, around 600 to 1,600 is the estimated amount. Now during this time, the senior defense will reset twice. And this is at least 630 polychromes by resetting twice, close to 1,200 plus polychromes. And of course, as you guys do your daily missions with daily commissions, there are 42 days in patch 1.2, which will give us around 2,500 polychromes just doing the daily commissions. So those are the basic repetitive income for patch 1.2. Now coming over to the additional income for patch 1.2. What you can notice is I have estimated some of those in red values, but there are some confirmed amount which happens every patch. And on the second part of this part, we'll look into the number of events and how much polychromes we can be getting. Now it is to be expected around the time of the second banner, which is going to be the bonus banner, we'll have patch 1.3 livestream, which will give us a guaranteed 300 polychromes. And during this time, we can expect some of the polychromes to be promoted into the promo code in the version around 60, 100, and sometimes even 200 polychromes, which is very rare. So we can expect some live web events which will give us polychromes in patch 1.2. And once this is available, I'll update this one for you guys. Now patch 1.2 will come with additional chapter and also additional content. This will also include additional achievement for those related content and also additional loots and also additional unlockable achievements that will be available. The estimation for each of the patch is around 200 if you could complete those. And upon logging into the game at patch 1.2, you'll be getting at least 300 for the maintenance bug fix. There is a small chance that the update is actually delayed, and for every hour that's delayed, we earn up to 100 polychromes. And this is coming from Genshin Impact. This happened previously with over 600 polychromes. Now, if you have seen the live stream, there is a mention about patch 1.2 story and also additional content. And together with a new feature which allows you to clear any of the previous missed out content and also polychromes and also chests in the game, this is actually a really generous reward. Just by clearing out the easy and also hard mode of the story, we can expect around 500 to 600 polychromes. And if we collect all the missing loots in those chapters using this new feature, which automatically takes a loot for you guys by waiting in the game. I love this feature and I can't wait to use this, because I definitely missed a lot of chests in the game which can give 10 polychromes each. Now we can estimate around 20 to 30 polychromes for each of the side quests. And in patch 1.1, we had at least 10 to 15 side quests. So we're looking at around 200, 300 polychromes coming from the side quest. We can also get 20 polychromes for testing our characters, and we'll be testing out Bernice and also testing out Caesar once they become available. Together with the character side stories for those 2 characters, and also additional Holo Zero rewards, we can also get another achievement reward for playing the new arcane mode. So coming over to a screenshot over here, this is from the live stream. There will be a new arcane that will become available, And this is like a roguelike vampire survivor, which you actually upgrade and also make your character stronger and fight mini monsters. And if this is similar to other events, you can expect around 420 new achievement rewards coming from this particular game mode. Now that we had a look at some of the new features added to the game, players who are below level 55 can earn additional summons and also additional polychromes, but after level 55, the rewards does become much slower. So I didn't include anything over here. We can expect additional hollow weekly reward. So around each of the week, we can expect around 150 polychromes, and this can actually last for 6 weeks. I wrote 4 weeks, but this can actually last for 6 weeks. And this updates us to around 900 polychromes for the overall of the 6 weeks of the income for doing the Hollow Zero weekly task and also events. Now during this time, you guys might have noticed that the Doggy Scratchy, and there is going to be a new Doggy Scratchy event, and the Doggy Scratchies, some of our viewers have reported to get 20 to 40 lottery jackpot each of the week. And after counting, I realized I get around 60 polychromes just by doing the Doggy Scratchy each of the week. And this actually add up to 360 over the course of the 6 weeks. And of course, in Patch 1.2, we can expect some of the additional character trust reward for the new characters and also existing characters to be unlocked. Characters like Soldier 11 still haven't got their trust rewards. We can look into additional web checking rewards, and this will be in the form of the monthly checking for each of the days. We can get 60 polychromes, and if you haven't checked in the first time, you actually get 100 polychromes for the first time you go in. And we do have a video to talk about this if you haven't seen this part. Now, if there is any in-game survey, and if we follow the previous guided video method, you basically earn anywhere around 30,000 Dennies or maybe 60 or 100 polychromes by doing the surveys. Now, coming over to the Patch 1.2 events. So there are at least 6 Patch 1.2 events, and I have screenshotted for you guys over here. So there's a newsstand, there's a TV event, there is going to be the 1-for-1 shop exchange event, there's going to be a combat event, and here we have additional investigator event, and finally additional changes and also events for the Hollow Zero. Now because we're not sure how much polychromes we'll be getting, I actually try to underestimate those. So we can get anywhere from 360 to 480 or 640 polychromes. But you can see I have used some of the lower values over here just to make sure we're not overestimating for those particular events. Now it is likely, guys, during the first half of the banner, you get 3 events, and second half of the banner, we'll be getting 3 additional events. Now coming over to the summons and also free summons available in Patch 1.2. So for Patch 1.2, the surprising factor is we're actually starting at the end of September. This actually pushes the entire patch into 2-month period. So we'll be earning additional monthly reset for the month of October and also month of November. Together with getting 10 additional character summons and also 10 additional pet summons for this patch, this particular patch can give us up to 44 summons. So just to break this down, we can be buying additional summons in the monthly reset with the standard banner pools for 2 of those for each of the months. And for each of the month, we can be buying 5 standard and also 5 limited banner summons coming from the residual exchange shop. And this add up to 20 summons for 2 of the months. And of course, we talk about the login events. So there's a character one and also there's a pet one. And finally, we can be getting 4 additional summons of the standard summons coming from the free battle pass. And there will be 6 weeks available in the Hollow Zero, which will give us 1 summon per week by doing the weekly missions. So together, by combining everything that I mentioned over here and also updating some of the data over here, this actually pushes us over to 19,000 polychromes for the patch of 1.2 and close to 96 free summons. Now, of course, guys, this is an entire summary for patch 1.2. And if you're looking for the amount you can earn on the first part of the banner, what you can deduct is you can deduct at least 4,600 of the income because this will come on the second half. And you can deduct at least 10 to 15 of the summons coming from standard and also limited banner because this have to wait for the October reset. So you should be deducting out of those amount if you're looking on the first half of the banner. Next time, I'll update this one so it's more visual, and this will give you the entire patch summary, while this will give you what you'll be getting on the second part of the banner for the Bruness banner. So let me know what you guys think about Patch 1.2. I think there are a lot of good changes, and I really like the quality of life with the energy spare, and also with the additional features, and also with the additional arcade mode. Quite excited for this patch, and let us know in the comments below, guys, what is the feature or the content or the character you're most excited for Patch 1.2. Now, similar to all of the videos, if you want to follow the notes, those will be available in the links below. And if you find my videos helpful and you want to see more future videos for ZZZ and also other games to come, make sure you subscribe to the channel and keep the notification on for the latest content.